warm-up is wrapping up. We've got a regular season matchup here Thursday, January 8th, 2026 between the Meramec Sharks, 12U-B2 club, and the Chesterfield Falcons. Falcons on the season are 8 wins, 3 losses, 1 tie, forcing 41 goals, allowing 25. Sharks are 2 wins, 4 losses, 1 tie out of 7 games. One of those wins coming against the Falcons. Sharks have forced 18 goals on the season, allowing 26. And the Falcons have recently picked up a win to stop their 4-game skid. They started with a tie and then had 3 losses in a row. Falcons came out guns blazing against the Twin Bridges Lightning team out in Granite City 2 days ago. And that 4-1 win, reversing the trend. The Falcons will look to pick up another and retain their top spot in the division. Falcons have played 12 games at this point. Every other team is at 9 or 10, and so there's a low opportunity for both teams to potentially keep moving up. If the Falcons drop one, the rest of the division could potentially catch up. That was poked away by Denny in the... Thank you, Sophia. A loss by the Falcons could allow the rest of the division to catch up. Go on, go ahead. I love you. Falcons trying to get a shot. That's a shot by Mickley at 11:37. That was Mickley in the shooting lane. Now it's LeGrand. LeGrand trying to shift through. He's going to look for a shot. Face-off circle just off the body of Veal, the goalie for the Sharks. Sharks now in the opposite direction. It's Brobel. Gorham poking away from behind. Sharks will have to get reset. They do. Puck now down in Falcons territory, picked up by Masterson. Masterson clearing it. Now in the hands of Durfee in the neutral zone. And cleared across the blue line momentarily. Clock stopped at 11:02 now. So that shot by Mickley down in the shooting lane. Wrist shot just over the shoulder of Veal, number 87, the goalie for the Sharks, put the Falcons up 1-0 early in the first. And another good trend that the Falcons want to see, shots on goal. This puck in the hands of Walkenhorst, looking for a centering pass, but went off the body of one of the Sharks. Then behind the net was Newport, sending one toward Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst had an attempt at a one-timer. Brobel firing the puck in. Andrew Nola chasing after. Shot away by the Falcons. Now another shot in front of Armstrong. Past the net, into the corner, picked up by Walkenhorst. Now into the neutral zone. It's number 8, Long, sending it in. Off the stick of Denny. Denny, pressure by the Sharks. That'll go off the board and into the hands of Newport. Newport through the face-off circle. Poked away by Long from behind. Walkenhorst chasing the corner. Off the stick of Gorham. Newport trying to send one up to Gorham. Again off the stick of Gorham. Lost puck. Over to Lurk, then to Masterson. Masterson spinning around, trying to fire it. Taken away by number 77, Elking. Puck down low, deflected. Now in the hands of Bryant. Bryant on the rush with a little bit of speed. Shifted past one Shark. Centering pass toward Gorham. Poked away by one of the Sharks. May have been Brobel. And then actually that was Vogt. Mickley behind the net, looking for a pass up toward Bryant. Loose puck. It's down. And not sure if it's in. No, it's a save by Veal. So Mickley toward Gorham and Bryan, and the puck made its way toward Veal, but low and slow. Veal dropped down on it. Stops the clock at 9:21. Bryant shifting around the face-off dot. Loose puck down to Beck. Now in the hands of James. James to Elking. Elking trying to shift around Denny and Beck. Shot behind the net. Armstrong shifting over. Almost kept in at the point, but now it's Xander Bryant ahead of Vogt. Vogt lost it, as well as Bryant. Bryant tied up on the perimeter. Sharks trying to clear it out off the back of Bryant. Past the stick of Masterson into the hands of Lurk. Lurk into the neutral zone, off the stick of Masters. That'll go down to the corner with Harrison chasing after. And the puck in front of number 3 for the Sharks. Down to Masters. Lurk with a shot. That's through traffic. Off the stick of Nip and into the body of Veal. That deflection dangerous, as that was off the stick of one of the Sharks players. And we'll have an icing call. And number 20 Anderson will head to the sin bin. I think that'll be our first power play of the game to the advantage of the Sharks. That's a roughing call, I believe. And the Falcons will send out Gorham at center, Harrison at left, LeGrand at right, Lurk and Masterson at defense. But it's the Sharks who advance the puck. This one will head one red line to the other. It stops the clock at 7:59. Penalty remains at 1:20. And the Falcons have a player advantage still. Center opportunity for Maxwell Harrison. He'll shift it over, pass to Gorham. Gorham through traffic, loose puck into the feet of Harrison. Harrison kicked it forward. That one was just wide. Falcons now trying to retain possession around the boards. It's LeGrand who has it. He'll shift up. LeGrand pass toward Harrison, but off the stick of the Sharks. Again loose. It'll be kept in by Lurk at the top. LeGrand pass over to Gorham. Gorham with a shot. That one was wide. And a nice pass into the shooting lane by LeGrand to Gorham. Lurk sent it back down low. Picked up by Harrison behind the net. Loose puck toward LeGrand. Then Gorham, so it was LeGrand off the body of Veal. Rebound picked up by Gorham and a score. That's a power play goal. That goal by Gorham coming at 7:08. And the assist should be credited to Harrison and LeGrand. Puck into Falcons offensive territory now. Clock at 6:45. Sharks trying to clear it out. And across the blue line is Beck picked it up and sent it back into their attacking territory. That stops the clock at 6:29. And the Falcons, who have changed their momentum and their energy played in the last couple of games, it's working now as they have the insurance lead in the first period. See if they can maintain that. It's Masters who picked that puck off near the boards. Then a puck over toward Denny. Denny passed to Masters, picked off by James for the Sharks. Sent it loose to Gorham. Gorham back down to the corner. Puck around to the other side, now off the Stick of number 49. No, kept in on the second effort of Gorham and LeGrand. Masters trying to pass to himself off the boards, and Sharks trying to clear, but it's Denny up top with a long shot and off the glove of Veal. Sharks clearing into the neutral zone, picked off by Denny. Pass toward Masters. Masters moving in, but a good back-checking effort by the Sharks. Now it's LeGrand who stole it. LeGrand poked away by one of the Sharks who just shifted in on a line change. That was Vogt. LeGrand again with possession. He'll assess, looking for a pass. Went down, picked up by Gorham in the corner. Gorham passed to Lurk. Lurk back off the boards to Gorham. Now picked up by LeGrand. LeGrand looking for a wraparound. No, opted to pass around. Now Lurk firing it toward Gorham. Collected by Gorham. Gorham with a shot into the body of Veal. And another shot opportunity for the Falcons. It's the Falcons who have possession. Masterson will swing around looking for an opportunity to dish it out. That'll be picked up. No, not by Bryan as it was loose. Grabbed again by Masterson. Sent ahead. This should be an icing call. It is. Stops the clock at 4:40 in the first period. Beck pass toward Mickley. Loose puck back into the neutral zone. And it was Denny looking for a pass. That one will be Armstrong shifting the puck behind the net as the shot made its way toward the goal. But puck finally back into the neutral zone. And the Falcons trying to pick this puck up. It's a pass toward Anderson for the Sharks. Denny arriving first. He'll send that off the boards. And a shot down low near Elking. And pass from Bryant to Mickley. Mickley who enters. He got tied up in the shooting lane and the loose puck down. Now it's Harrison trying to shift over. Pass to pass to Anderson. From Johnson. Anderson with a slap shot, and Armstrong sticks it away. Beck fires around the boards to Bryant. Just past the stick of Bryant into the neutral zone near center ice. It's Nip firing it back around. Denny collecting it. He'll try to send it out. It's Denny, pass ahead to Gorham. Off the stick of Gorham, picked up by number 3 for the Sharks. That's Boast. And on the opposite side, it was Walkenhorst who sent it over. Lurk keeping it up top at the point. And on the second effort of Andrignola for the Sharks, number 11 who advances the puck. He'll send that around the boards. And Gorham fighting forward as well as Masterson. Lurk waiting by the net. Newport and Walkenhorst to his left. Sharks looking for a shot on the net. Pass back toward the line, and this one will be cleared for no icing. 2:34 on the clock in the third. That one picked up by LeGrand. Off the skate of LeGrand, kept in by Lurk. Again, off the body of Lurk. Still in on the effort of the Falcons. It's number 3, Boast, with possession for the Sharks. He'll fire it over. And Harrison went down. We'll have a delayed penalty. And that's a tripping call as Harrison went down in the corner. Number 11, Andrignola, headed to the sin bin. Penalty comes at 2:06 in the first. Falcons with another player advantage. It's Masters. Pass back to LeGrand. LeGrand pokes it over to Beck. Beck, though, nearly lost it and provided a shorthanded opportunity for a moment. Then it was the Sharks who picked it back up. It's James now shifting over. James looking for a shot. That one will be sticked back behind by Armstrong. And another shot, opportunity by the Sharks shorthanded, as it's Elking who pokes it back down to the corner. Now in the hands of Durfee. Durfee back down around. Beck chasing. Pressure against Elking. Elking. Pass back behind the net. And Durfee firing it over. It's 43 seconds still remains on the power play for the Falcons as they just try to clear. Durfee up top. Pass back over into the shooting lane was a centering pass attempt, but stolen away by LeGrand. Poked away by James for the Sharks. Denny finally firing it over, and the Sharks will have to wait to get reset. That won't be, as Elking on the wrong side of the blue line stops the clock at 58 seconds, and this player advantage really, the gold star goes to the Sharks on that one as they had possession in their own attacking zone with one player down. Masterson, pass center ice into the attacking zone. He'll swing wide, now down low. Pass up toward Gorham, who had the one-timer. Gorham to Bryant. Bryant with a flipping wrist shot. Masters went down. Actually, that was Mickley. Gorham behind the net. Pass toward Mickley. Bryant with a backhand shot. That was wide. Mickley in the corner. Down to Bryant. It's an even strength game now. 30 seconds remaining in the first period. And Masterson sending it down to the corner. Bryant with a steal attempt. Pass over to Johnson. Johnson's going to have a shot opportunity and a save by Armstrong as he shifted up. 6 seconds remains. Armstrong with a shot. Save and a save. 3 seconds remains. Harrison at center, pass back to Beck. And that'll be time in the first period. Ahead to the second now. 6 shots on goal for the Falcons. 2 for the Sharks. And a quick scoring recap for the game so far. It's the Falcons ahead 2-0. It's Reese Mickley with the goal in the first period, 11:37 to start it early. Then Ford Gorham with the power play goal, 7:08 in the first. That was an assist by LeGrand and Harrison. Again, the Falcons trying to pick up another win to retain their top spot in the standings. They have the first place points total right now in the division out of 8 teams. However, they've already played 12 games. Every other team in the division has played 9 or 10. So the Falcons need to keep themselves separated by distance in terms of points. The rest of the league fairly flat right now. Again, it's now the second period. We'll open things at center ice. It's Harrison at center with Newport at left, Walkenhorst at right. Elking advancing the puck into the attacking zone. Pass into center, into the shooting lane. Picked up by Harrison. Harrison passed toward Walkenhorst, though, who just lost it. Anderson now flying over. Anderson forced wide. Denny lost his stick. Beck trying to fire it over, and Armstrong will wait for a shot. And a shot by Johnson. Puck down into the doorstep of Armstrong, picked up by Beck. Beck pressure behind by Johnson, but he was able to maintain control. It's now Beck shifting low, down by the face-off dot. 2 Sharks on Beck. They try to clear it out. Beck, though, fighting to regain control. That's Over to Newport now. Newport looking for a pass, picked up by Johnson, kept in at the top by Denny. Denny with a long wrist shot through traffic and off the stick of Veal, directed back down to the corner. It's Walkenhorst against Nip. Newport came over to support. Harrison now as well. Harrison poked it away. Harrison shifting around. Harrison again passed to himself behind the legs. And a centering pass picked up by Newport. Newport with a shot and off the body of Veal as he had a rebound opportunity. And a good job by Veal to clear it away. Johnson now into the shooting lane. Stick lift by Denny. Shot toward the net, but picked up by Beck. Beck with control. He'll send it ahead to Harrison. Harrison in the neutral zone. Pass over to Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst shot, and that's off the blocker of Veal. Gorham, he wanted to pick it up. Pass to Gorham for Masters. Gorham. Pressure by the Sharks. Pass back to Lurk by Gorham. And now into the top of the shooting lane. Masterson picked it up. Loose puck. In the hands of the Sharks now. And LeGrand touching the puck. Looks like it was a hooking call by Gorham. And at 9:57, Falcons now down a player as they had the first two power plays of the game. It's now the Sharks who will have a 5-on-4 opportunity. That comes at 9:57. Masterson, pressure by 88 Thurer. Long with an opportunity up top, picked off by Masters. Masters keeping control, looked for a pass down to LeGrand, but contested by the Sharks as they were back checking. Now it's the Sharks back on the attack. They'll have an opportunity. That's a save by Armstrong as he just had his stick on it. Another shot opportunity. Andrignola sending it toward the net, but just wide. Now it's 84 with a long wrist shot and down in traffic. That was Durfee with a shot from up top. And puck wrapping around the boards. It's Masterson trying to clear it out. He'll shift through traffic. Pass to LeGrand. LeGrand has an opportunity now. LeGrand up top in center. He gets tied up. Pass to stick of Masters. Now it's Thur chasing in. Thur will have a pass toward Brobel. Picked up by Andrignola. Andrignola with a shot off the body of Denny. Now it's Mickley. Mickley short-handed. He'll try to shift up. He's going to get a shot. No, it's poked away by Long. Centering and sticked away by the goalie Veal. Bryant working for control. That's off his stick. And Veal sending it off the wall. Picked up by Bryant. It's now even strength. Bryant in the corner. That was pressure by James. Bryant behind the net. Now Beck back checking in the neutral zone against Ziegelmeyer. Ziegelmeyer shifting over. And a shot. Armstrong saved. And it's stuck between his stick and his glove. Stick and his blocker, that is. As he had a fancy handoff to the referee. 8:02 on the clock now. 5 shots on goal for the Sharks as they've added 3 in the last several minutes. Falcons have added a few as well as they now stand at 9. And it's Denny. Denny down to Beck. Beck ahead to Walkenhorst. Just past the stick of Walkenhorst. It's collected by Button. Now off the boards was Gorham. Loose puck over to Denny. Denny now advancing. That's a shot by Denny at the top of the faceoff dot. What a wrist shot over the body of Veal. And Falcons now at 3. Goal at 7:42. Denny from Gorham. Ruby Johnson advancing the puck. Ruby Johnson looking for a shot, picked up by Masterson, then passed to Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst through the neutral zone, face pressure by Button and Anderson. Anderson now, who has possession, lost it to Newport. Newport working the puck behind the net, pass to Gorham, who had a one-timer. Masterson off the boards to himself. Anderson trying to pick it up first. That'll be sent the length of the ice by the Sharks, and Lurk won't get there. It's an icing call. Falcons will face off in their own attacking zone now. It's 6:56 in the second period. Falcons with the 3-goal lead as they continue to pad the stats. And it's Harrison who looks to face off on the spectator side with LeGrand at right, Masters at left, Denny and Beck on defense. It's the Sharks, though, who take it. Andrignola through the legs of Denny, Thur poking it over. Nearly a pass to number 51, Brobel, down to the neutral zone. LeGrand assessing, pressure. Pass up ahead to Masters. Masters over to Harrison. Harrison back behind the net. Pressure by LeGrand. Loose puck in front of the net and a backhand shot by Harrison, but into the body of one of the Sharks who moved it ahead. Now it's Nip. Nip looking for something. Poked away by Masters. Harrison trying to contain it. Now off the boards is Boast, who fires it past the body of LeGrand. Down behind the net is Denny, who collects it. It'll be Nip who will have time for a shot. That's through traffic and a save by Armstrong. Rebound collected by the Sharks, and it was number 88, Thur, who picked it up. So the rebound and backhand shot past the body of Armstrong now brings the Sharks back within 2 as they have 1 point on the board. Behind the net is Masterson. Masterson trying to clear it out, as well as Gorham, who had control momentarily. Pass to Mickley from Lurk. Mickley to Bryant. Bryant. Pressure by Durfee. Bryant wide. He'll send it over toward Gorham, but picked up by Elking. Elking off the boards. Bryant sticks it away. Masterson sending it back down low. Now Masterson has control. He'll dance around Durfee, but lost the puck. Now Masterson looking for a pass back to Mickley. Mickley who has it, but off the skates of one of the Sharks. Now the puck into the neutral zone. And Bryant chasing after. It's Siegelmeyer looking for a shot. That'll go wide. Trying to clear. It's Newport on the line change. Now to Bryant. Bryant with Newport to his left. Bryant shifting over. Spins around. Waiting. Pass down, but picked off again by Elking. Elking dancing around Harrison. Off the skates of Lurk. Newport getting dropped. 4:32 on the clock. And Harrison went down. We'll have a penalty call. That one coming at 4:28. Whistle blown on number 8, Long. Actually, correction, number 77, Elking. What the referees are doing, but it appears they're still trying to figure out what to call this, and maybe a change on the clock. Unsure. We'll see. And now they'll give an explanation to the coaches on the Falcons bench. Are they going to pull one of the Falcons players and have them sit in the sin bin for a coincidental penalty? I don't know. but we may have a hooking call. I see them referencing the hooking signal, and I don't know. It looks like they're calling Max Harrison to the penalty box. It's a coincidental penalty. They have been roughing on number 77 Elking, but poking on Harrison. And that means we should have an even strength game. Falcons still facing off in their own attacking zone. Unsure if that'll change, but either way, it's Gorham who's facing off against Anderson. Gorham sent it over to the boards, picked up by Denny. Denny shot at the top of the face-off circle, deflected off the boards is Beck, who fires it down to the corner. Picked up by Walkenhorst. 74 trying to clear it out. Off the stick of Denny and just past the blue line. Denny waiting for the Falcons to reset. He'll fire it over to Denny. Now in the hands of Newport. Newport advancing the puck. Lost it momentarily in his own feet. This one now through. Beck will have to back check. It's now the Falcons back checking, and Anderson on the rush. He's going to look for a shot. That's a shot off the body of Denny. 3:50 on the clock in the second period. Still a 5-on-5. That puck just passed the stick of Walkenhorst. Pass over to Button. Button looking for a shot. That one through traffic. Picked up by Anderson. Puck down low. And Anderson wanted a shot in front of Armstrong, but it was slid just past the net. Button still keeping it in up top. Down toward Denny. Now picked up by Gorham, who clears it into the neutral zone. Gotta go the length of the ice. Maybe Walkenhorst gets there. He will. And touches it. Walkenhorst pass to Gorham. In hands of Gorham. Gorham shot, but just wide. Nearly 3 minutes now on the clock in the second. It's a 3-on-2. We'll fire it deep, and the Sharks now on a line change. Beck collecting the puck. He'll dance around and send it up to LeGrand. LeGrand pass to Masters. Masters with Mickley to his left. Mickley collecting off the stick of Mickley over to Masters. Masters trying to send one toward the net, but stopped by the Sharks. Over to Thurer. Thurer off the boards. Anderson, or correction, that was Masterson poking it past one of the Sharks players. Nipped with possession behind. Mickley chasing after. He poked it away momentarily, then stolen him by LeGrand. 2:20 on the clock. And Max Harrison's still in the penalty box right now. It is a 5-on-5. Sharks trying to clear it out. It's Thurer sending it down low. Lurk will arrive first. Pressure from behind by Andrignola. Pass off the boards to Gorham. Masters just up ahead of him. Pass over to LeGrand. LeGrand has an opportunity. That'll be called offsides with Masters crossing the blue line on the opposite end of the ice, and Masters not happy with that one as he felt he was onside. Clock now stopped at 1:36, and Harrison is now back on the bench. So we still have an even strength game. Gorham will face off. It's Bryant at right, Mickley at left. Denny and Beck on defense. Gorham picking that one up. Elking chasing after as he's the center on that play. Gorham poked over toward Bryant. Contested by Ziegelmeyer. Bryant and Gorham trying to do something with it. It's Beck assessing, tries to switch over. Pass to Gorham. Gorham shot, and that's in. Just past the body of Durfee. Then at the left shoulder of Veal, and it's a goal. Pass to Gorham from Beck. Beck will have the assist on that play. Gorham sending the wrist shot, shoulder height into the net. This will be sent down by the Falcons, one red line to the other. We'll head 200 feet in the opposite direction and face off in the Falcons' defensive zone. Clock stopped at 59.4 seconds. Falcons with a 4-1 lead. Falcons have 11 shots on goal, Sharks 7. Harrison facing off. Puck past the body of Johnson. Lurk carrying the puck ahead. He has it off the boards to himself. Pass, shot, actually now just behind the net. Newport trying to get a backhand pass to Masterson, but it's stolen by Masterson, who now sends it in. Off the stick of Veal with an own goal, unfortunately for Veal. I know he hates that, wants it back. But that's a shot by Masterson and a goal at 38 seconds. Walkenhorst looks for something, picked up by Harrison. Harrison flips it over to Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst with a one-timer. Puck down in front of the net, cleared by the Sharks. Thurr, pass ahead. And Lurk sending it the opposite way. Walkenhorst as well. It's down deeper into Falcons territory. Walkenhorst getting his body on that pass. Harrison chasing it in the corner, looking for something, wrap around, wanted it in. And that'll be Harrison getting dropped down as a shove from behind with 3 seconds remaining. Penalty on the shove by number 11, Andrew Nola. Late in the second period. Penalties in the game so far, 2 coming in the first period, 4 in the second. One of those coincidental, which meant it was a full strength, but otherwise the Falcons have a power play entering into the third period, and the Sharks had a power play as well. This game a little more characteristic of the way that the season started for the Falcons, as they maintained possession, aggression, and control down in their own attacking zone. We've seen much more of that in this game. Few shot opportunities for the Sharks, and those that have come have been contested. No breakaways given up in this game as well. And so the Sharks trying to claw back with a deficit of 5-1. 13 minutes on the clock in the third period. 1:27 left on the power play for the Falcons as they open the third at center ice with a player advantage. Gorham facing off against Brobel with LeGrand at right, Masters at left, Denny and Beck on defense. Puck cleared through by Gorham. Falcons will bring it in. And number 3, Bose, trying to send it past the body of Gorham. He did. Now it's in the hands of Brobel. Brobel Pressure from behind by Masters. Roble will fire it down to the corner. He wants possession. Beck will get there first. Thurr contesting. Now over to Masters. Masters flips it up, and that'll be icing. And the Falcons now will face off in their own defensive zone with 12:27 on the clock in the third period. All right, it's Bryant. Bryant swinging through. Centering pass attempt, but off the stick of one of the Sharks. Lurk wanted it. Sharks fired it around. Now to Bryant. Bryant back to Masterson. Masterson got tripped and no penalty called. Mickley. Oh, and Mickley got a shove. That was number 3, Boast, shoving directly into Mickley's head. And the Falcons will have a 5-on-3 for 24 seconds. They'll look to pick up a power play goal. That was number 11, Andrew Nola. That's his 3rd penalty of the game. Oh, correction. That's number 3, Boast. Five on 3. Bryant off the wall, back to Masterson. Masterson with a long shot through traffic, picked up by Harrison. Harrison wants a wraparound, loose puck behind the net. Harrison tied up in traffic, opts to send it back around to Masterson. It's 6 seconds left on the 5-on-3, and that'll go directly off the stick of Lurk and past the blue line for offsides. That's going to stop momentum. And with 1 second left on the 5-on-3, the Falcons will face off now in the neutral zone on the spectator side. Gorham against Elking, number 77 for the Sharks. Newport at left, Walkenhorst at right, Denny and Beck on defense. Gorham sending that into the attacking zone, now in the hands of Denny. Denny firing it over just off the skate of James. Now Walkenhorst looking for a shot. That's a shot. Picked up on the glove of Veal. Veal unfortunately unable to corral it. And now Beck trying to keep it in. Pass ahead to Elking. Elking short-handed. It's the Sharks who are down 5-on-4 from a player perspective. That puck picked off by Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst with Gorham to his right. Walkenhorst had it poked away by Durfee. Walkenhorst passed through traffic down to Newport. Newport unable to get the one-timer on it as it slid toward the net and deflected back down. Gorham down to Denny. Denny wanted the one-timer, had connection, but not enough grip on the stick. Through the body of Walkenhorst, poked away by Gorham. Gorham sent it low and off the body of one of the Sharks. That's a shot by Walkenhorst as he collected the loose puck. And it's down to, well, it's actually Newport. It's a delayed penalty, touched by Durfee. Armstrong will head back to the net as the penalty kill effective by the Sharks. We'll have another penalty kill now as number 77 has a hooking call against him. That one coming at 10:16 in the third. And Lark with a nice wrist shot just past the right post. Harrison, stick lift, wrap around into the body of Veal. That one just off the leg pad. Veal shifting over at the right time. And LeGrand trying to keep it in. No, it's cleared out. Masters, pass over to Masterson. Masterson into traffic. Poked away by the Sharks. They'll clear it back into the neutral zone. Falcons back onside, pass to Masters. Masters enters at the point. Pressure by the Sharks. Masters spins around. Pass to Harrison. Harrison couldn't spin past the body of one of the Sharks players. I believe that was Vogt. Vogt will fire it low. And 32 seconds remaining on the power play. It'll be the Falcons facing off in their own attacking zone, still with a 5-on-4 player advantage. This penalty coming on the hooking call against Elking, one of the centers for the Sharks. Bryant will take right wing, Mickley at left, Gorham at center, Denny and Beck on defense. Bryant pass back to Denny. Denny up top, shot through traffic and through all the bodies. It made its way to the back wall. That's Beck. Shot deflected by Mickley and deflected just wide of the net. Gorham tying up with one of the Sharks down low. Now the Sharks pass over to Johnson. Pass Johnson, picked up by Bryant. Johnson, though, stole it from Bryant. Pass over to actually number 74. That's Hetzer. Hetzer sends it low. 8:44 on the clock. Johnson contesting. And passed by the Falcons to clear. Picked up by the Sharks in the neutral zone. Bryant went down by one of the Sharks, and I didn't see what happened, but he's back up and okay. Beck. Pass to Mickley. Mickley contesting. Pass up to Hetzer by Johnson with Gorham and Mickley close. Loose puck sent over to Denny. Beck pass ahead in the neutral zone toward Gorham. Past Gorham. And Boast down to the red line. Picked up by Boast. Gorham. Chasing from behind. Walkenhorst clipped it away. Now it's Masterson. Pass over to Gorham. Gorham with a shot. And off the glove of Veal. What a save by Veal. And a nice shot down in the low slot by Gorham. The Sharks will send it out, and we'll have another icing call. It stops the clock at 7:44 in the third period. 16 shots on goal for the Falcons and 7 for the Sharks. The Sharks unable to put anything on net in a handful of minutes that they've had penalties, which makes sense. And now Brobel. Pressure by Masterson. Brobel shot. Armstrong jumping on it. That's the 8th shot by the Sharks. With a win, the Falcons will move up to 9-3-1 and should only have another game or two remaining in the season. That should keep them in first place for the standings in the Blue Note Cup. We'll see what happens with the rest of the league. Everybody else should have roughly 5 or 6 games left. So one team that goes on a streak could contend with the Falcons. Hooked away by LeGrand, a good back-taking effort, but again back over to the Sharks. It's Brobel, pass to Andrignola, now over to Thur. Sweep check by Harrison, centering pass over, Armstrong with a save. James actually that was Long, tried to keep it in. This will be Masters looking for a shot and a glove save by Veal. Masters with a nice shot down at the bottom of the face-off circle, a tough angle. That'll bring a wholesale line change for the Falcons as they send some fresh legs onto the ice. It's Gorham at center, Bryant at right, Mickley at left, Denny and Beck on defense. That's another shot toward the net and a save by Veal. Denny, pass to Beck. Beck up top, shot through traffic. Picked off by Gorham, then over to Mickley. And Bryant, loose puck over to Bryant. Bryant with a score. That's the 6th of the game for the Falcons. That goal by Bryant coming at 6:30 in the third. Same line as before. Gorham facing off against Anderson at center ice. Mickley at left, Bryant at right. Beck and Denny on defense. 19 shots on goal for the Falcons, with 6 in the net. Now Gorham firing one off. Loose puck over to Mickley, who collected the rebound. He'll pass back to Bryant, but off the stick of Bryant and loose and into the hands of the Sharks. Beck sends it back toward Bryant, who enters at the point. Bryant and Mickley down to the corner, but it's Anderson who collects it for the Sharks. Sharks trying to clear, kept in by Denny at the point. Bryant unable to work the puck through the legs of one of the Sharks. This one will now go through traffic, and Anderson chasing after. Anderson and Beck tying up down in the corner. Beck, though, with possession. Pass toward Harrison. Off the stick of Harrison. He'll get in a foot race with Vogt. Vogt will arrive first. Now picked off by Newport. Newport with Harrison to his right. Harrison stole it. Harrison tripped, and no penalty called. Veal will smother the puck as it was just next to his right leg pad at the post. 5:21 on the clock. Harrison winning that face-off, sent it toward Lurk. Harrison flipped through a couple of bodies, saved by Veal, but coughed up a rebound as he didn't opt to smother. Now the puck in the hands of Andrignola, pressure by Anderson. Collected though by Thurer. Thurer sent it into their own attacking zone. Lurk behind the net, fires it around the wall. Kept in by Nip. Nip toward Brobel. Brobel now down to another Shark. Shot over the body of Armstrong and the crossbar. Puck pass Newport in the hands of Harrison. Harrison trying to advance the puck, but stopped by the Sharks. Masterson back into the neutral zone, poked over toward Harrison, who grabs it. And Harrison for a shot that's into the body of Veal. Newport coming in looking for a shot. A rebound, and the Sharks getting a little chippy in the face of their goalie Veal, who smothered the puck and had clear control. Clock now at 4:27. It's 22 shots on goal for the Falcons, and a couple of turnaround games is exactly what they've needed, as they had a convincing win against the Twin Bridges Lightning team, who's third place, and now it appears they'll pick up a win against the Sharks. 4:27 left in the third. Sharks still have yet to put a shot on the net as of the last 5 or so minutes. And the referees conversing with each other. We'll see what they're going to say. They're talking to the Falcons bench right now. See what the explanation is. May have a penalty called, who knows? Falcons gathering and checking in with themselves to see what's going on. Falcons players in a little huddle. That's Gorham, Denny, Masters, LeGrand, and Beck. And Newport will head to the penalty box. It's Newport who had a shove by one of the Sharks. And so after a slight delay, we'll have Newport in the penalty box and the Sharks with a player advantage for a minute and a half. May have been goalie interference, I'm unsure. Sharks gave a shove to the Falcons, but No penalty called on that as Masters on the shorthanded effort sends it deep into their own attacking zone. Masters will head out on a line change, and that's now Mickley, and for him, James dancing through a couple players, but picked off by Denny. Denny with LeGrand to his right, as well as Mickley now. Denny shot and off the blocker of Veal. This pass loose and off target by the Sharks. Initially picked up by Denny, who tried to clear it out. Now in the hands of Long, but poked away by Bryant. 40 seconds remains on the power play. 3:35 on the clock. Kept in up top by number 49. Poked around, now it's Mickley. Past a couple of Sharks. He wants a shot. He's going to shift through. Shot and over the body of Veal. And a nice chance for Mickley. Bryant. Possession. Pass back toward Beck, though Beck lost it. Now it's another foot race with James chasing. Sharks lost it at the effort of Mickley. So loose puck in the neutral zone, collected by Button. Button with a shot and a save by Armstrong. Another centering pass, that one near the body of Johnson, but picked off the wall by Bryant. Bryant pass ahead to Harrison. Harrison pass over to Newport, though just couldn't connect. Harrison trying to send it through. Now it's Anderson in the opposite direction with Johnson his right. Masterson and Lurk contesting. Picked off by Harrison, who sent it toward Bryant. Bryant chasing after. He'll try to swing around. Kicks it to himself. Bryant through traffic. Shot. And into the body of Veal, who smothers. And the clock at 2:24. That's an effective penalty kill, by the way, as the Falcons now are back to full strength. And they'll send out Harrison to face off with Newport at his left, Walkenhorst at right, Lurk and Masterson on defense. Newport should have some fresh legs after resting for a minute and a half. Five shots on goal for the Falcons. Still 7 for the Sharks. And that's Masterson sending another one toward the net. Deflected by Nip, number 5 for the Sharks, and nearly over the body of Veal. Veal had to make a save on the own deflection by the Sharks. Running clock now at 2 minutes. May not be a running clock, it was just a start of play. Pass toward Brobel. Brobel. Pressure by Newport. Brobel trying to fire through traffic. Harrison working the puck around. No, collected by Andrignola, then stolen by Lurk. Now over to Harrison. Now Newport. Newport back to Harrison. Harrison up through traffic. Harrison around. Shot at the top of the face-off circle. Wide. Newport had it on his stick, but collected by Andrignola. Andrignola working it through the neutral zone. Loose and sent back low by Walkenhorst. Number 5, Nip with possession. He'll fire it around the perimeter. Past Newport. Then past Lurk. Brobel chasing after. Andrignola stole it away. But Newport, actually that was Masterson who did the same thing. Lurk with a shot. That's wide. And LeGrand poking one down low. Now it's Lurk with a shot and a save by Veal. Lurk with a wrist shot just near the face-off dot. And the clock continues to run. It's at 40 seconds. We will have time for a few more series. Gorham, face-off, 1, picked up by Masters. Masters in the shooting lane, had one off the body of Veal. That'll add to the shot total for the Falcons. Now pass ahead to Elking, and then through traffic into the hands of Denny. Denny behind the net. He'll just smother the puck, and Beck shoving Elking. And we'll have a penalty called now as the Sharks unhappy with that. And I worried about the puck getting smothered on the boards with only a handful of seconds remaining. Penalty will be called, but it won't matter as time winding down on the clock. And the referee's just clearing the players off the ice. "28 shots on goal for the Falcons, 7 for the Sharks. Falcons take the win 6-1. It's a regular season matchup as season is now winding down and we're well on our way through the back half of the 2025-2026 season. It's Thursday, January 8th, 2026 here at Maryville University Hockey Center on the Hartwick Payment Rink. Falcons now move to 9-3-1, forcing 47 goals, allowing 26. Sharks will fall to 2-5-1, forcing 19 goals and allowing 32. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.